Chernobyl for BBC. Our top story is the return of the sunny days. You're certainly preparing for holidays, packing your swimsuit and tanning oil, ready for the beach with friends or family. However, did you think to bring some sun cream, a hat or even sunglasses, or to pose on photos? On those beautiful days, we sent our special reporter to meet dermatologist in order to enlighten us about the different effects of the sun on our skin. A report by Jim, Kim and Lynn Mobile.
First of all, where does our skin tone come from? The skin is constituted of three tissues: epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. Let's focus on the epidermis, where we find a trait called the stratum basal, composed of young keratinocytes, which are the main skin cells. But here, we have to remember of this tiny little thing called a melanocyte. Due to them, our skin have their particular color.
But how does that work? In the melanocyte, there is a pigment called the melanin, which is formed into kind of a little pearl, the melanosome. Then, this melanosome is transferred to the keratinocyte by dendrites. One melanocyte is associated with 36 neighboring keratinocytes. The proportion of melanin is what gives you your skin color.
When we lay on the beach, we are exposed to different sun rays. But which one exactly? There is three types of UV: UVA, B, and C. They are ranked by their energy. The UVC is the most powerful when mercury for us. They are stopped by the ozone layer. The UVB touch us, pass through the first rays of our skin and don't go further than the basal stratum of the epidermis. The last one, the UVA, even if they have the lowest energy, they are able to impact or enter skin, in other words, the epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. When we are on the beach, what is important is the tan. So, those UVB and A stimulate the melanocyte into a state of an increased production of melanin. More melanin means a darker skin, so a great tan. Moreover, we all agree to say that the sun brings happiness, so on top of having a Californian tan, you have a really good mood. A last little plus for our body, our sun has role to play in the vitamin D synthesis, important in the bone construction and integrity.
Enough of friendly aspect of the sun, let's talk more seriously about the risk it generates. You won't be surprised to hear about the problem of dehydration at this time of the year, especially for babies and older people. Indeed, babies are composed of around 80% of water, which means that they need way more water than us, so be careful. On the other hand, older people's first receptors lack of sensibility, so they notice they need to drink too late. As we said sooner, the UV goes through skin, but are also capable of touching our eyes. You've already heard about the retina, a sort of curved film placed at the back of your eyes, which allows us to see with two types of receptors, the rods and cones. As you may know, the retina isn't going to tan. Instead, the UV will destroy the receptor cells, making you potentially blind.
We well know this phenomena, but at another level. You know when you forgot to put some sun cream, or when you say to yourself, not that important, I want to tan. The day after, you regret it when you discover a painful redness peeling on your back. It's a sunburn.
The problem is that a lot of people enjoy sunbathing, laying on the beach, playing in the garden, but most of them aren't used to be exposed to that much of sun rays. Remember the melanin? Its duty is to protect us from those UV, but in a certain limit. Above it, the melanin won't be able to absorb all of them. Those who succeed going through will damage the skin cells. The death of the cells will activate our body's natural defenses, responsible for the redness of the skin and later of the peeling.
However, the most harmful consequence of the chronic exposure, which are not going to heal just by applying some sun cream, is the skin cancer, or melanoma. The chronic exposure by the UV will end up causing damages on the melanocytes' DNA, creating mutations. Those mutations lead to the proliferation of the cells. Moreover, these cells escape from our immune system, and that's how we develop skin cancer.
Be careful, because it could be confused with a beauty spot or nevus, something that we all have and didn't pay that much attention to. The dermatologist that we contact gives us 5 tools to distinguish both of them, the rules of A, B, C, D, E. A for asymmetry. One is generally pretty round, the other is not. B for borders. In the melanoma, the edges are uneven and irregular. C for color. If there is a palette of color in your blush, it could be suspect. D for diameter. If it seems to spread a little bit too much, remember, the larger it is, the dangerous it might be too. E for evolution. The most important criteria. Does your beauty spot seem to change in appearance, such as size, shape, or color, or if some symptoms appear like bleeding or oozing? If this is the case, it's an argument to think that it might be a melanoma.
You may wonder, why is it so important to be aware of this disease?
Indeed, you might think that it's just skin and whatever if you have a bad-looking beauty spot on your belly. But melanoma is one of the most aggressive kind of cancer. It easily spreads to different organs, such as lung, liver, and even your brain. It leads to secondary cancers. So now, you are able to check your own and your relative's skin. Let's recap. Your skin color is due to melanin produced by melanocytes. These melanocytes make you able to tan when they are stimulated by sun's UV. However, too much UV can overstimulate them, damaging their DNA, and it could lead to a melanoma. This is a deadly disease, but hopefully we know how to prevent it. Remember ABCDE. Apply sunscreen on your skin, but keep in mind to regularly seek medical attention.
Thanks Kim, Lynn and Jim. So take care of your skin and enjoy your holidays.